everybody, it's Carrie with Seed to Spoon. I'm out here in our garden and I am underneath my favorite trellis, the cattle panel arch trellis, and I am going to plant some peas across this today. So I just made a video the other day about these trellises and all of the trellises really that we use for growing peas and growing any other vining crop that we do. So check that out. Against each side of this arch that we have here, we have these smart pots, the long beds here up against them. It just makes it so much easier. I love these long beds. And we plant those, or we have them up against the trellis, and then I like to plant the back row of it, something that vines up and goes across this arch, and then the rest of this smart pot in the bag in the front, I plant something else. I'm probably gonna do lettuce just because lettuce and peas are good friends, they are good companions, and they get along really well in the garden. So we've had these smart pots for years now, and they have worked wonders for us. We love them. So much so we put them in our online store. So we actually sell them now at store.seedtospoon.net. So check that out on there. They work really great for going up against trellises, for going against fences. I mean, anywhere really. We love them. So peas are a cool season plant. So they will not do well whenever it's too hot, and they do well in the cold. They will tolerate a light frost, but if it gets much colder than like the upper 20s, it's not gonna do really well. Once you plant it, it'll take about 2 to 3 months or so before you can get a really good harvest out of it. So check out our app. It'll give you exact planting dates on when you should plant peas in your area, so that way you get a good harvest before you get too hot or too cold. So as I said before, I love planting peas in these long beds right here, but if you don't have that, any smaller container will work as well. I like to use at least a 7-gallon smart pot, maybe larger, and you can even plant other things in with it too. If you are doing square foot gardening, you can do 8 per square whenever you do that. For me personally, what I like to do is just plant along this trellis, and then I will come through and plant something in the front of it. Peas are something that do best whenever they are started by seed. So I have a big pack of seeds here. We like to buy them in bulk just because we plant so many seeds at once. I mean, we do plantings in the spring and the fall, and we try to do a bunch of different rounds of it just to make sure that the peas will do well. So whenever I go to plant these seeds, all I'm gonna do is go down about an inch. Here, I'll try to do it where you can see. So over here against one of these trellises, and I just put it down about an inch and then cover it, and that's all there is to it. So I'm just gonna go through and along this trellis line, and everywhere I'm gonna dump a pea seed and then give it a good water. Hopefully within a week, maybe a little bit more, we'll have a little baby plant or baby pea plant coming up. So I'm gonna finish going through all along this trellis on both sides, and I'm gonna plant some of these pea seeds, and hopefully we will have a good harvest here within a couple months. Peas are an amazing thing for you to grow. Even if you are a beginner gardener, this is a great beginner gardener plant. It's something that doesn't require a lot of care. It's not super hard, and any sort of trellis will work for it to climb up. And it's something, it tastes amazing. So it has a great reward whenever you are done. It tastes so much better than anything you can buy in the store. And the kids just love coming out to the garden, and they love pulling these the little pea pods off of the plant. They have so much fun doing that. And it's amazing just to go into your garden and go grocery shopping. Peas are also an amazing companion plant because whenever these pea plants grow, they're going to add a bunch of nitrogen into your soil as well. So they're going to help out these other plants that you have in this soil as well. So that's why I really like planting other plants along with these peas, because they really help them out. So one thing I do want to mention is if you do grow garlic as well, make sure that peas and garlic are not together, because they are enemies in the garden. They do not grow well when they are placed together. So whenever we grow garlic, we put them in a separate bed, and we have peas along a trellis, and then we have garlic in another area. Things that do really well with peas though includes things like carrots, beets, things that grow down into the soil, as well as like spinach and lettuce. Those do really well next to peas as well. Hopefully here in a couple months we will have a harvest. We might be a little late where we are. It really depends on how the weather's going to be. We have no idea how it'll play out, but we're a little late. We're gambling. We're hoping that we will get a harvest before our freezes set in. So fingers crossed for us. Okay, well, I'm gonna go finish off planting, and thank you so much for hanging out with us during this time while I planted a couple peas. And if you haven't checked out our app yet, make sure you do that. It's available for free download in the iOS and Android store. It will help walk you through over 100 different fruits, vegetables, herbs, including peas, and it'll talk about companion planting too, just like we talked about in this video. It'll also talk about it'll give you exact planting dates based on your location, when you should plant, when you can plant, all of that. So make sure you check that out if you haven't already. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Thank you so much.